When we hear or think of heroes, we often associate them with the difference they made in their adult years. However, youths today can make changes, and others are already making an impact worldwide. Joining me this morning are inspiring youth leaders who reminds us that everyone has the potential to make the changes we aspire to. So without further ado, let us welcome Izza Rizvi, Seth Green, and Yana Kohli to Chai Time. Good morning.
Good morning.
Don't you feel you're in class already? Y'all say good morning in unison. So, how's your weekend been? How have y'all been? How's the summer been? So many questions all in one.
Summer's
How
good.
have you been? Yeah.
I've been good. Summer's good. Everything's good.
Oh.
Doing well.
No complaints?
No.
You're not going to complain while you're on air?
No.
Maybe off air, right? A little bit.
A little.
How has your summer been, Seth?
Oh, my summer's been really good.
Yeah.
I've been working, traveling. So
nice.
Doing a lot, staying busy, and just staying up there.
That's good.
Yes,
That's good. And how about you, Yana?
Good. My summer's been good. Just doing internships, working on college applications, staying busy, as Seth said, getting a job.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the future, yeah.
That's good. That's good. Staying busy, staying out of trouble. That's what I say to myself all the time. All right, so let's begin with a brief introduction of yourself and your roles in the Excel Club.
Okay. Should I go first?
Yes.
Okay. My name's Izza Rizvi. I'm a rising junior, and I'm the junior class rep, and I've been Excel since my freshman year, but I've been an officer for 2.
All right.
Two.
Two.
Second year.
Okay, and Seth?
So my name is Seth Green. I'm a upcoming senior, and I'm the president of Excel Club this year.
All right. So I have a lot of questions for you. And you?
My name is Yana Kohli. I'm a rising senior, and I'm vice president of Excel Club.
Oh wow! I have the president, the vice president. It's such an honor to have you all here on Chai Time. So tell us, what is Excel Club?
So Excel Club is a club that are just in high schools. We focus on Americanism, youth activities, volunteerism, and child abuse prevention. Yes. So it's important for us, and the good thing about Excel Club is they let the Excel clubs kind of create their own, do their own thing, even though we're nationwide. So each Excel club is different. Okay. So it's really good. It's being involved, school spirit. So we do a lot at Elkins Excel.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And so how was this club started?
That's you.
That's me, of course. Elkins Excel Club was started a couple years ago. Someone approached our sponsor, Mrs. Nas. Shout out to Miss Nas. She came to us and was like, "Hey, do y'all want to help me start a club here?" And we're like, "Of course." So, and then the rest is history.
Oh wow!
Yes,
and
ma'am.
how many members do you have in the club?
Last year we ended the year with about 250 members.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
so
then,
I guess a lot of the kids are interested in joining the club.
Yes, ma'am.
I think we try to keep it interactive and fun every month. Each event, come up with something new.
Yeah, so you'll keep changing, like you'll change things around and stuff. Yeah. That's good. And Izza, I'll start with you. Share some of the work you have done in the community through the club.
I definitely have done a lot of community service events. Like, I've been to a ton. One of the big ones that I was at was Give a Kid a Flag. It's this big event. I would say it's not downtown. It's by the courthouse, basically. Okay. And you walk down the whole road, and it's during, I want to say, fair time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you just give out flags to everyone, but it stands for something big. And we worked with one of the big exchange clubs to make it happen, and they were very nice. And it was a lot of kids, and we all rode a bus. It was actually really fun. That was one of the big ones that I think I remember the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about you, Seth?
Same here. Countless volunteer events always in the community. A big one that kind of sticks with me that I do every year is it's in December, It's behind the badge.
Oh, yeah.
So all the officers and a few of our Excel members will go, and it's supporting the local law enforcement. It's a big charity they do.
Oh,
So that's a really good one that we do.
Oh, okay. That's
Yes,
good.
ma'am.
So you get to meet all the officers and work alongside them?
Yes, ma'am. Officers, judges, just a lot of important.
Auctioneers.
Yeah, a lot of important people in the
Yeah.
Fort Bend County area. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So do you ever get a chance to have a one-on-one with any of them? You know, like that draws interest, anything that you have talked to any officer and
I have not yet, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that would be open to the officers to talk about. But we have not done that.
yeah. So like for here on Chi Town, we have we partner with HPD, right, with the Houston Police Department. And the first thing that the officers tell us that kids are always so afraid of us. Sometimes they don't want to approach us, and they have this. I guess they have this image that it's not like you cannot approach an officer if you're in trouble. They're not very it's not so easy to go to them. So I mean that is a lot of misconceptions about that. But I think like having an event like that, especially in high school, it's nice that you'll have you can create a connection between students and law enforcement officers. So that's great. That's amazing.
Yeah.
How about you, Yana?
I try to sign up for every event I can. I love working with like the elementary schools nearby, helping the kids, working with them, helping teachers like around the school.
Yeah.
I think those are my favorite because it allows me to connect with the teachers kind of one-on-one and like at a different level than a student-teacher relationship.
Okay.
So those are my favorite events to volunteer at.
Okay. So how do you get to balance both? Like you have your school, you have your school stuff to do as well, and then plus you have the club, and then you're doing a lot of community service.
Right.
So how do you get to balance, everything?
Honestly, for me, to-do lists are my favorite thing. I make a to-do list for everything. So I think that helps me a lot. And I just make sure that I don't have anything important coming up before I sign up for a volunteer event. Because for me, school comes first. So I try to make sure I have all my assignments done, I'm studying for all my tests,
Yeah.
and then I'll sign up for events.
Okay. And how about you, Seth?
My Apple Calendar. So I put everything in there, and I set my reminders, and it just keeps me balanced and on track.
Yeah.
And I put my homework in there, events, everything, and everything lines up. Stay busy.
So have you ever, had this experience where things have kind of overlapped together, and you have to make a choice between?
I've never had to make a choice like
Okay.
this or that. I know there's been scenarios where it's been like, okay, I kind of have to do both at the same time. Let's see
Yeah.
how I can do it. And I'd manage it.
Okay.
I know like some of the like our trunk or treat event. It was I was on this call for the Fort Bend calendar committee, making the calendar, and I was on the call and trying to make sure everybody was good, and setting up, and trying to run the event on the call at the same time. So it's definitely. You can do it. You just have to be able to manage it and just use your time efficient.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
being the president, is there more responsibilities for you?
In my opinion, yes. It's a lot of responsibilities, but it's never to put it on anybody else. Like, hey, you need to do this. It's good to just how do I word it? Like.
So you set an example first, a good example.
Yes, ma'am. I was trying to.
Example.
Yes, just setting a good example for everybody, and because everybody looks up to you. You're in a meeting with 220 kids, and everybody's kind of looking at you, and you can't, just shock up. You have to really be out there.
Yeah. So you work well under pressure, I would say.
Oh yes, ma'am. I love pressure.
And that drives you to even motivates you to
Yes,
do more?
it truly does. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's great. That's
Yes, ma'am.
great. What about you, Izza?
I will say I feel like this year there's more of like a planned agenda, so I don't think we'll stress as much. If there was wood, I would knock. But I think I do the same thing as him. I use my Apple Calendar for everything, and there are times where I am stressed about school. I feel like my sophomore year was a big jump from I don't know. My freshman year was way easier than my sophomore year, and I think it was just a lot of stress buildup and things that were happening at that time. But I do feel more, I would say, at peace and less stressful now, and I have a good feeling about this year.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna be. It's like everything's gonna be fine. So
Yeah, and you're more experienced.
Yeah,
Like, you've
Excel
been in
was
the top
never.
for a
Yeah,
couple of
Excel's
years now.
like. Excel is very manageable. Like, it's very flexible. So you can work out your hours and you can work out, like, what you're doing. Like, it's easy. You don't have to, like, it's not a very strict thing where you have to be at this, you have to be at that.
Yeah.
If you can split your times between each, like, yeah.
Yeah, and then you can also share the work. Is that how it works? Like,
Yeah.
you can share it if, say, you have a ton of homework or you have a test coming up. So if you have something to do, can you share the work with some other officer, with some other members?
Yeah, we typically do that a lot. Like, I'll just text one of them and just ask if they can help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's great teamwork.
Yeah.
So, it's team building. You'll learn a lot.
Communication is key.
Communication
is
yes,
key.
Mr. President. So I'm sure there are other clubs in school, right?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
a lot.
what made you pick, join Excel?
Honestly, my sponsor, Miss Thomas, she was my freshman English teacher, and I came in and I saw the flyers everywhere, and I told my dad about it, and I guess I didn't know that there were, like, actual, like, national exchange clubs, too, so he had heard of the name, like Lone Star Exchange and Missouri City, stuff like that. So when I found out what it was, and I guess the officers, it just seemed very, like, inviting, and so I just told all my friends to do it. And then I got very close with my sponsor, who was my teacher at the time. And then I ran for officer because they were adding new class reps, which wasn't added before. And then, yeah, I'm an officer now.
And how about you, Seth?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No,
So, why did you join Excel? Like, besides being there are many other clubs in school, but you picked Excel. So what was the reason behind that?
I would always say I always wanted to make a difference in the community and, like, do something, but I never knew how and where. And I knew there was clubs at school, but it was never like, okay, this is how you join, this is how you get here. When Miss Nas approached me with the opportunity to, like, join Excel Club and mention officer positions, and it just struck me and was like, okay, this is how I can do this. This is how I can make a difference and be involved in the community and do a lot. So it was just a perfect opportunity.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
that's good. And how about you, Yana?
Honestly, because it was different compared to all the other clubs at school. It was a different kind of way of a club, more volunteer service, more Americanism. And I just remember sitting in her classroom during lunch my freshman year, her telling me about it. And it seemed really interesting, and she was talking a lot about it. And then when it finally started, I joined because I was like, why not? And it's grown to be such a huge thing at school now, and I'm really, like, glad to be a part of it now.
Oh, okay. So I'm just trying to picture this. I didn't do high school here, of course. So I'm thinking, like, when you all started in your freshman year, right? So when you go into school, are there, like, do they have an event where all the clubs are there and you go to each booth, or you get to know? How does it work? Like, just walk me through that.
So they used to, during freshman orientation, they would have, like, all the clubs be out there, and you would promote your club, tell all the freshmen to join, and then later on they would have, I believe, like, a club fair.
Yeah,
I think so. But this year they're kind of doing it different, so they didn't do the orientation this year.
Okay.
So it's going to be during, like, our Knights Fest, with, like, the football plays, and all the clubs are going to be out there recruiting and telling kids to join.
Okay, all right. And I guess you kind of gather all the information, process it. Takes you a couple of days to decide, maybe which club you want to join or which one would, benefit you guys, right?
Of course, yes, ma'am.
That's how it works?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's good. So are there any events or experiences that have significantly impacted you in a certain way?
I'm gonna try and think. Impacted me?
Uh-huh.
I would say, like, not so much as impacted me, but as, like, taught me, like, a lesson or taught me something new. I'm gonna say behind the badge, I learned some new stuff. I learned how to, like, I felt like a little cashier. Like, it's every event that you go to, you learn something new, because you're typically doing things that you wouldn't do. So if you're working with kids, if you're trying to explain a game that you've never played before at some carnival or something like that, or if you're trying to be like a tour guide at different events. I don't know. I think I just learned how to communicate better, if I'm being honest, because I can communicate with like kids that are like 4 years old to like adults that are like way older than me. So I think that's the biggest thing. Not so much as like more so as what I've learned and like how I've grown. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
so
what I would say.
yeah. So like you gain more confidence.
Yeah, I definitely have gained more confidence.
Yeah, I know, because when I saw you at an event, I was like, oh my God, this girl, she is such a confident
Yeah,
girl.
it was easier, I would say. From my freshman year, or even before that, I would never have, like, if you saw me and old me, like, standing side by side, like, you would have never been able to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm actually very happy, the fact that I've learned, like, some better communication skills. It's just not as awkward anymore, and it flows better.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So you took that chance, you got out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And sort of like just, went
Yeah.
all the way.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. Just like that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. How about you?
I'm the same as Izza. Every event, always you learn something new. You learn something that you didn't know the day before, and it's just something that
Yeah.
just keeps you going. Yes, ma'am.
So you also, I guess, gained your communication skills and all that
Yes, ma'am. So.
while being, being part of this club.
Oh, definitely. So, I was never the type of person to like
You were
talk.
an introvert?
I wasn't an introvert. I've always been an extrovert.
Okay.
Doing like just being out there. But Excel kind of pushed me to, really be myself and kind of realize a lot of things I could do to keep to do it bigger instead of like right here, go up here.
Okay,
So,
that's good.
Yes.
And Yana?
I would, the Excel events have definitely taught me how to kind of put myself out there more and talk to everyone differently. I remember for one event, it was a spaghetti event, where it was like a spaghetti cook-off for all the, like, I think law enforcement in the area, and I was in charge of the cakewalk for the kids.
Uh-huh.
And that really taught me how to talk to kids, and then also how to have a conversation with an adult who's much older than me and gone through different experiences with me. So I agree with Izza. It's definitely like teaching me more and more every day and pushing me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah. So how many events do you all do, like during the school year? A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
There's like an average of like one a week.
Yeah.
A week?
Yeah.
An
Oh
average.
my gosh, I was going to say like a month.
No.
No, if it's like something that Excel is sponsoring, maybe I would say maybe once a month. But if it's something that the school is having, most definitely, like, we're definitely like working with it.
Or the
like we're
community.
involved in it. Yeah. Oh, if it's with the community, it's probably more than once a week.
There's definitely like multiple a week sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, it ranges. Sometimes there can be like multiple on the same day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so,
and
like-
they're endless. Every week there's a new. Every like day there's like a new event for like the next day.
Yeah,
or for
there's
the
a
next
new
few days.
sign-up.
It's always like it's endless. Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot.
And with like the football games,
Yeah.
we'll send a message out to all the Excel kids like, hey, you come get an hour, you come support, do the school spirit, and we know that's another way we get everybody involved. Football games, basketball games, all the games.
Okay, so what do you all do at football games and basketball games?
We cheer. we get in the student section and we all just have a good time
Okay.
and just wear our school spirit, our blue or whatever color
Yeah,
we're
whatever
wearing.
the theme is.
Whatever
The theme. That's
Dress
what I
up.
couldn't think. Yes. Dress up.
Yeah, and I mean, our main thing is to just have spirit. Like, for example, for basketball games, we would give out hours if you made out posters for, like, oh, we're in districts, or, stuff like that. So, as long as you help out, and also it's like, you get an hour for going to a football game. Like, I say, like, that's a pretty
It's a
fair
win-win
trade. I would go
situation.
no matter what. So, yeah. And I would say Seth is very outspoken at those football games, so you would definitely know whether he's there or not. He's, like, the main one on the megaphone.
Yeah. He has a good voice too. He has that, good for the mic voice. Kind of thing. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, because Alifia's son is starting high school this year.
Oh, that's
And,
exciting.
yeah,
Where is he going?
He's going to
Travis.
Okay.
Yes.
Ah.
And we have Layla, who's another Chai Time girl. Her son is actually going to Elkins.
Yes.
Yeah,
that'll be
so I would love for him to, connect with y'all and maybe, guide him because it's their first year in high school. And y'all have gone through that, right? So y'all know how it is going into high school.
Actually, I had a question as well. Is Excel, you said it's in Elkins, do they have Excel clubs every school or it just depends which school has what clubs?
So it depends what school has an Excel club. So Exchange Excel is actually nationwide. So there's those are exchanges where the clubs are not they're not high schoolers. So Excel is like for the youth groups, and most high schools, I believe there's some at Ridgepoint. We have one at Elkins.
Fort Bend Christian just made
Fort Bend
one.
Christian is upcoming one this year.
Kempner.
So you can start an Excel club at your high school if you wanted to. But yes, ma'am.
So you basically need a teacher to start the club, or students started? How does it work?
I feel students can go to a teacher to help them start the club. So that's how it works. Yeah.
Yes.
In this case, the teacher came to us, but most cases, the student goes to the teacher to start the club.
Okay. And what is the majority age group? Like, is it usually seniors or usually it's juniors? The majority number.
Honestly,
Freshmen
I
and
feel like it's
sophomores.
mostly freshmen and
Yeah.
sophomores.
Yeah.
Freshmen and sophomores.
I think
Because
that's
when
the main age group.
when we first started, it was only juniors and seniors. So we started with 60 members.
Yeah.
And then the next year we went to 250. So it was a big jump, and most of those were upcoming freshmen and sophomores.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's a huge jump.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
Yeah.
y'all are doing something right for sure.
Yes.
After meeting y'all three, you're definitely doing something right out there. So, what is one way in which you would like to grow this year as a club member, officer, president, vice president?
So we kind of do talk about this stuff. It's like Seth and his SMART goals. So he makes us, before every year, he makes us make these SMART goals of basically like our goal as an officer and then our goal as a member.
Okay.
So I guess I'll just share my both. I'm pretty sure that my goal for being a member was to get as many hours as possible. Just pile on as many as I can. And I think for officer, my goal was, I think, communicating and organizing more properly, but I'm pretty sure it will be easier, considering the fact that, we've kind of got the hang of it for a while now. And even the new officers, they kind of got the gist of it. So when we have, recurring meetings and stuff, it's easy to, synergize of who's doing what and what's happening. So, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And you?
So my goal as an officer this year is to know, since we have so many members, it's important to know those members, not personally, but get closer to them and know them, understand them more, and be more so they can come to us, not just so we're just running a club, having just the numbers. It's about knowing them as well on a personal level.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with Seth. My goal this year for myself is to be more out there and someone who they can come to easily just to talk to. High school is a really stressful time.
Yes.
And I think having that person to talk to about it would be nice. So that's my goal for the year, is just to be one of those people that anyone can come to talk to.
Yeah. So do you find having such clubs, you kind of form a special bond with certain people, with each other? Because high school, there's so many kids, right?
Honestly, yeah. Because I feel like our club is very diverse, so there's so many different people in it, band kids and baseball.
Yeah, we have a member. We have someone from every kind of event, every type of.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And you can extracurricular.
Yeah, so because of that, I feel like I'm talking, I'm honestly getting to know and, talking to people that, I feel like I normally wouldn't have if I wasn't in this club and if I wasn't talking to, it's, people from all different, cliques and groups, and you get to, get out of your comfort zone, I guess, and I still talk to them, they're still, so I talk to them outside of the club, they're still my friends, it doesn't matter, what is what. But
yeah. So you still hang out with them.
Yeah,
even
for
when
sure.
you don't have any events going on. Or,
yeah.
So you still say for summertime now you would get together and kind of hang out
definitely.
and all that.
Yeah.
So you form that form that connection, right?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's amazing. So how would growing in this way? Oh, we have to go on break. Oh, sorry, I'm like on a roll. Questions after questions, but this is really exciting, and I'm really enjoying this conversation with y'all because even as Alifia as a mom, she seems to be more interested. Oh wow, these clubs can make a change for young adults. So that's great.
Have some shape.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So let's go on a short break, and when we return, we will continue our conversation. This is Chai Time, 103.5 Hum FM. Welcome back to Chai Time on 103.5 Hum FM. I am in conversation with some amazing young adults out here. I have Izza, I've got Seth and Yana. They are from the Elkins Excel Club. And we are learning so much about, not only about the club, but personally about them as well. How joining a club has shaped their lives, have created connections, and made such a huge impact in their lives. And it's such a nice, it's a breath of fresh air, like truly, because like we have done Chai Time, and we have got many youths on Chai Time show, but like getting to talk to y'all is just feels like our future is bright. The young generations are going to take this country much higher and do really amazing things. And the way y'all are involved in community service is, hats off to all of y'all. We haven't ended the show yet, okay? Izza's looking at me like, why is she saying all of this? Her eyes are going this way. No, I'm just joking. All right, so how would growing in this way enable you to be more effective to others?
Wait, sorry, can you repeat it so I can process?
How would growing in this way enable you to be more effective to others? So, y'all had goals, right?
Oh,
and y'all
yes,
talked about
yes.
your goals. So, by achieving these goals, how do you think this would help others?
I would say probably like leadership based, whether it was like my set goal or not. There's like so many goals listed that I just want to like accomplish as much as I can. My methods of like communication, I can obviously talk to everyone, get to know everyone, make it a safe space for whoever to talk to me, whether it's a member or a person like outside of school or anyone. It honestly just makes it easier for me. If I'm, let's say like 10 years from now, I'm having a business pitch or something like that. I'm trying to get my point across, because sometimes you have to be blunt and get straight to the point so that you can get something done. So like, let's say in 10 years, I'm trying to get something or a promotion. So I'm just gonna say communication, but like broken down in pillars. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
So you have gained a strong foundation.
Yeah,
basically.
a strong foundation. Yeah, that's good.
To kind of like move up the ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. How about you, Seth?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
How would growing in you talked about your goals, right? How would that enable you to be more effective to others or to yourself?
This could make us be more effective to others by just being a role model. Being a role model to everyone in the school, having someone they could look up to and do, for example, like, okay, I'm going to wear blue today because Seth's wearing blue, or Izza's wearing blue, or Yana's wearing blue, or anybody in Excel, or my Excel friends are wearing blue. So it's just a good way to be a role model to everybody else.
Okay.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, that's good. And you, Yana?
I think it teaches you how to communicate with any and everyone.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely carry that with me in the future. Just like learn how to communicate effectively and be a leader and get what I need to get done, and just
Yeah, and that is so important because, in life itself, there are so many challenges, right? And you will be able to navigate through those challenges with confidence. Because I think, for us in our generation, that is what the biggest challenge for us is, being able to talk in public, being able to talk to a stranger, starting a conversation. We are always very shy, we are nervous, but in your case, it's totally opposite because you'll have already started that. You'll have already in high school, meeting up with strangers, doing volunteer work, meeting other kids from other high schools probably. So all those things, you're like gaining all that confidence. So that is what, it's a huge difference for, the older generations and your generation. So it really makes a huge difference, and it impacts your life. Because I know many times, kids who are in high school, like, I know you all have joined a club and things have changed, but there are also other kids who just do not want to change. They just want to be how they have been in elementary school and just be in a little bubble and things like that. But then when you're talking about this, hopefully it motivates and inspires other youths to come out. Even if they don't want to join a club, at least come out and get to know about what is out there. Because high school has a lot to offer, and it's amazing how, there are so many, sometimes we only learn or hear about the negative side about high school. And I am so glad that I got this opportunity to have you all here to really highlight the positive of high school, how high school really shapes your lives in so many positive ways. So, that's really, really good. So while we were off air, we got a lot of comments. I know we don't take calls, but Alifia is going to share some of the comments, which is on Facebook Live.
So we do have Mariam Rizvi. Should I just say name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe that's
My
your
sister.
family. Your sister. She said she's really proud of you. Big sister, so proud. And then we do have your dad says amazing club with leaderships of Mrs. Nas. I guess that's y'all's
Sponsor. Yes, ma'am.
teacher,
Yeah.
yes. And then Harun Khan said great job. Your sister again said time management so important. Love how this Excel chapter is so hands-on with that. And then of course there's hearts from your teacher, Ms. Nas. And then Mr. Rick Garcia, he's the superintendent of Fort Bend. He shared his comments too, saying you guys are doing amazing work and very proud of you and keep it up. And then every middle and high school must look into this and start one Excel club in every school. That's what your dad said too.
Nice.
Mr. Rick Garcia just posted something right now saying, on behalf of the FBISD Board of Trustees, we are all very proud of you. So that's amazing.
Oh, wow.
That's huge, right?
It is. Very proud of you.
Awesome. So tell me, what challenges do you think youths face today? I'll go with you, Izza.
Honestly, I'm gonna say stress levels, but honestly, it's because you can be the brightest, like most bubbliest person, and you can be taking like all these APs and all this stuff, but let's say sports is stressful, or your home life, or even your classes, your drama. Like high school is honestly like there's its downs, but there's ups, and these are like one of the things that actually, like, if I wasn't doing it, I don't know what I would be doing with my time, and it probably wouldn't be a good use anyways. So I am gonna say high school's hard, but this is one of the things that makes it easier. It gives you a better perspective. So yeah, it doesn't really matter, like, it's just if you're going through stress and stuff like that, like, as long, I guess you can not only a distraction, I guess I would say you meet new people that could be your lifelong friends and things like that. Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Because mental health is a big issue.
Yeah,
right?
we do focus on that.
Yeah, so it is important because a lot of times parents cannot get through teenagers. They cannot get through.
Yes.
And so when you have someone your age and someone who can help you through any kind of, say, depression or anxiety and things, stress, things like that, it's it's a good thing.
Yeah.
So so it's good that you're able to address those issues, which is so important.
Yes.
Yeah. How about you, Seth?
Being involved in kids knowing that they can be involved, and it's so easy, and I don't think a lot of kids realize it's so easy just to be involved, to do stuff around the community, around the school. So I really do think that's a lot of things youth struggles with now. And I feel like Excel helps that a little bit. Like, come get involved, be involved. It's super easy. Just apply, and it's just really important, to be involved, just to learn. You can learn a lot from being involved. It's like having a job. You learn, your first job, you learn so much.
Yeah.
You work with people that have different backgrounds from you. You learn from them. So it's just really important to be involved and, be different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
I would say getting out of your comfort zone and talking to new people would be the hardest part.
Yeah.
I remember for me, my freshman year, I came from a different middle school where a lot of my friends went to a different middle school, so I felt kind of alone at first. And then, I was a shy person in freshman year, so, starting to talk to people was really hard for me. But I think just making that first, move and, starting that conversation really can, nothing bad can happen from it, only good, really. You make a friend out of it. I just remember, how I started talking to one of my best friends. It's just, we just laugh about it now. So I think just, getting out of the comfort zone is a really big step, but it's, crucial and important. I think joining Excel really helped me as well. Public speaking, meeting new people, talking to everyone. So I think,
Yeah. Well, that's great because, like you said, you came from a different, from a different area, and just joining that, being alone, and so many young kids go through that, right? So, and you had that courage, and that it's great that you went and pushed yourself to join a club, get to know people, and it's good that you are talking about that and hopefully encouraging someone who will be starting high school pretty soon, right?
Yeah.
So what, in a couple of days?
Yeah.
oh God.
Oh God, 3 days.
About that
Super duper fast.
Yeah.
Quick question. There's a Tazeen Zahida.
Okay.
She asked if she could connect with these young people.
Oh yeah.
Of course,
So,
yeah,
Sure.
I love that.
Yeah, okay. So I'll just, I'll connect, tell Izza to connect with her. That's wonderful. So do y'all have mentors?
I'm gonna say Miss Nas, obviously. I actually got really close with her, and she understands things very well, so love you, Miss Nas. And I'm gonna say my dad. Obviously, he's a big, big, big mentor in my life. Not even with Excel. I think he's very proud that I did Excel, and he's always pushing me, but he connects me through a lot of people. Obviously he connects me through a lot of people, and I'm very grateful for that. So thank you, Dad. Love you.
Yeah. He's your biggest supporter.
He really is.
Cheers
He's
you all
everyone's
the way.
biggest fan. He's everyone's biggest fan.
Yes, he really supports you, and he is so proud of you. All your achievements, he highlights it on Facebook.
Yeah, he puts everything on Facebook. Everything.
No, but that's good. It's great to have parent support, especially within our South Asian community, I would say, because that is what is lacking sometimes with parents.
Yeah.
Parents, for them, sometimes it's only about academics.
No, that is very true, and I'm actually very grateful that you said that, because that is a big fat thing. But luckily my dad is
No matter what.
Yeah.
This could just be a hurdle or a rough, time that you're going through, but showing your support and being the biggest cheerleader makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
So it's I met your dad, and he is such a great person
Yeah.
to talk to, and his personality, I guess you got that from your dad.
a little bit. A little.
So
a
just
little
giving
bit.
a small little credit to your father. How about you, Seth?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned academics and stuff. That's another, going back to our previous question, that was another thing I think a lot of youth struggles with. The parents are so okay, the academics, this, and the kids think there's no time to go to a football game, go support their school, and just be involved because it's strictly academics, AP classes. And I get it, it's really important, but I think it's also important to have a high school experience.
Yes.
A lot of you can, like I said, you learn so much in high school, and it's just really important to be able to have fun, meet new friends, and go out a little bit, football games, go to Whataburger, Cane's after, and and just be with everybody.
Why is it it's always Whataburger for you guys?
It's open. It's always open.
Wow, it's always open.
It's always open until there's too many kids and they kick everybody out. Yes,
How
ma'am.
about you, Yana?
My biggest, honestly, Miss Na, she's become more of a friend to me than like a teacher. I mean, obviously, like she has that teacher role, but like on those days when you need a friend, she's there for you, and she understands you, no judgment. She keeps it to herself. Whatever you have to tell her, she's really there for you. And then even my parents, my family, my parents, my brother, my grandmother, they continuously push me and support me through any decision or new like activity I take on. They're always there just supporting me and not always worried about grades. Like they understand if something is hard, they understand. They're not very pushy and just like, no, you have to get straight A's. Like they understand, and I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah, because you guys already face so much pressure in school, right?
Yeah.
There's peer pressure and then everything else on top of that. And then when parents are always pressuring to do well academically, it's just like, you know, just focus on your school, on your books, and it's a lot. But it's good that, you know, you're like leading a balanced life. Like you're like having fun.
Yeah.
You're also focusing on your education as well. But it's good to have that balance.
I
in
will
life,
say
right?
one thing, and my sister will probably be happy that I'm saying this because we were just talking about it. I went to Dallas a little bit ago just to visit her college and everything, but I will say she did have it the hardest because she was the oldest. So I like the fact that I mean, it's obvious if you're a parent, like if you think that you can't change, you obviously will, because my parents were very different when she was in high school. I mean, I would say they were more strict and they cared about academics a little bit more, and she never went out like that. And then when it was with me, I guess she set the standard for this is what I'm doing, like, and I know what I'm doing, like I'm doing it right. So because of that, I guess they kind of like, now anytime I tell them I'm doing something and like I'm sticking with it, they'll understand, like, okay, she wants to do this.
Yeah, you do get the full support,
Yeah.
the full love and support
Yeah.
from them, and
I
it's,
feel like
it's
that should be with
genuine.
everyone.
It's not being forced on them.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's the younger siblings advantage.
It is the youngest
I
Are you the eldest?
So I'm the youngest. So
Okay.
I have an older sister. She's a senior in college. She's also
Mine too.
she's also a big mentor of mine that I look up to, and my parents. You know, I have a lot of amazing people in my life that keep pushing me
Yeah.
to keep doing good. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah. You younger ones get it easy.
Yes.
Yeah, I have to go through all the hardships.
Yeah.
Okay, so one piece of advice or tip to kids who are starting high school. I'll go with you, Izza, first.
Be involved. Go to every interest meeting. Go to every interest meeting. Go to the football games. Have your high school experience. Live your life. Be nice with your teachers. Don't be in dumb drama. Don't waste your time on unnecessary people. Don't waste your time on unnecessary friends. Like, just have fun, because it's 4 years and you're not going to get that back. So, yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
How about you, Seth?
Be involved. Be an extrovert. Go to football games. Go to basketball games. Play sports. Join clubs. It's not hard to just sign up and just see what's sitting in that interest meeting. See what it can do,
Yeah.
and the next thing you know, you're sitting here as a president, and you just don't know how you got here, but you did it, and it's just be involved. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just say talk to everyone. Like, there's nothing bad that can really come from it. Talk to everyone. Go to every interest meeting you see. There's no harm. It can only do good. Yeah, just talk to everyone in your classes, even outside your classes. Just coming from an introvert, like, it is hard, but you just have to do it. And it's beneficial in the end.
Wow.
A simple hello can go a long way just
Yeah.
by introducing yourself. And it's not even having a whole conversation or just signing up for everything. You know, it's just, hey, you know, ask a question, how do you do this? And next thing you know, you could be lifelong friends and
Okay.
meet those people.
So will y'all be there first day of school, like, you know, kind of like with the new kids that are joining high school?
Yeah.
Yes.
Will y'all be out there making them feel comfortable?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So whoever's listening, even the parents, don't worry. We have great kids out there.
Especially
So take care of your own kids.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Izza, Seth, and Yana, for
Thank
joining me on
you.
Chai Talk. It was so great getting to learn about the club, learn about y'all, and I wish y'all all the best in this school year. And Of course, you'll be going to college soon as well, right? So good luck to everything, and I hope sometime I'll get y'all back and we can talk about after high school. After high school.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for having us.
Yes. So much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, listeners, for joining in to Chai Time this morning. We shall see you same time, same place. Signing off. Chai Time, 103.5 Hum FM.